every level is the Bible. To the scholar who knows the alternative meanings of some of the apocalyptic texts, it has been obvious for a long time that there is truth hidden away. To many more, the underlying principle of the whole book is astrotheological. Jesus as the sun, Mary the moon, and all the disciples are therefore members of the zodiac. But there are so many hidden layers that show any number of meanings are possible. And we must remember that lies are also hidden in code. Of course, to add to this, there are hundreds of texts and so-called gospels written at the same time as the Bible that simply never passed the test of the early Christian propagandists and were discarded from liturgy. These are equally valid now in the history of man, or we shall again be susceptible to the manipulation of those who choose the contents of the Bible in the first place. We must also be careful not to read too much into texts, as we could be in danger of perceiving them in the light of our own modern society. There have been many examples of books where ancient structures and texts are being taken as evidence of extraterrestrial visitations, regardless of any other earthly interpretation and a huge lack of understanding of the religious and cultural traditions of the time. This evidence is abused for a predetermined idea or theory. Another example of this is how modern-day evangelists use the biblical book of Revelation as proof of the Lord's imminent return. They point to hidden meanings regarding nuclear war and Middle Eastern dictators as if they had some kind of divine revelation themselves. The truth is, as any historian will tell you, that every generation since the writing of Revelation has claimed the end was very close. That is partly the point of the solar cyclical gospel, misinterpreted completely as usual. All of these false interpretations make it more difficult to break the code down into facts. So many facts are hidden from us because of generations of prejudice and intolerance that some of them will be startling. When we come to leave old religions behind, we are simply given a new one, more relevant to our age and to the political aims of the power brokers. Do we need the opium of religion, or can we survive without it? Do we need the repackaged New Age religions, or the pseudoscientific cults that look towards UFOs for the meaning of life? Secret societies under different names have manipulated us over the centuries by many means, including psychology. Utilizing the story of our origins, they played on our desire to know who we are and where we came from, and controlled our belief system from the start. They also understood some of the very basic and fundamental ways in which our brains work and are influenced. They discovered that we were influenced not only by people, but also by the world around us in more ways than we today can even comprehend. In order to understand how we are being manipulated, we need to go back in time and see how our ancestors were controlled. It was magic. The author of Primitive Magic, Ernesto de Martino, said, "This means that the whole community, through the sorcerer's redemption, may also be redeemed and attain salvation." According to Hugh Schoenfield in his book, The Essence Odyssey, there is an individual of substance behind all of the major faiths, a man who merged through literature and time into all aspects of Muhammad, Buddha, and Jesus. He is only partly correct, however. This man of substance is not one man. It is the experience of the secret societies played out in the game of history. Their influence has been shown in all areas, and now we can see how they intended to hold power by introducing a new leader or Messiah into each age. This is a natural step for them. They believed in the resurrected or reincarnated soul or spirit, and that they had the divine right to be the power brokers. Each new time should have the new Mahavira or Buddha or whatever you want to call him. There can be no time without a new prophet, no time without the strong influence of the secret society. In the 2nd century BC, prior to